Hello and welcome back to the Week in 7 Questions, this time with Kaciaryna Šmacina, Research Fellow at the Belarusian Institute for Security Studies. Kaciaryna, where are you now and what are you doing?
I cannot disclose my location for security reasons, but I do my best to cover the developments in my home country and to contribute to the democratic change.
So Belarusians are rising up against the crook who ruled them for 26 years. Why now?
Belarusians did stand up for their freedom in the previous years, but Lukashenko used the repressive mechanisms and riot police and intimidation to disperse the demonstrants. Now people seem to be beyond fear, and the tipping point was that Lukashenko decided to run for next term to stay in power for next 5 years, which essentially means no development for the country. And also, the outrage was coming from the government's mishandling of the COVID pandemics, the way they tried to diminish the statistics of COVID diagnosis and COVID-related death.
The Lukashenko regime seemed close to collapse just 2 weeks ago. Has it stabilized?
The regime is trying to keep the facade, and they've reached out for Russian propaganda for help. But in reality, Lukashenko exhausted most of his options because the fear of repressions does not stop Belarusians anymore.
What are the new tactics of Belarusian Democrats now that many leading figures are in exile or arrested?
The protest since beginning was not centered around a particular political figure, and the coordination of the protest was and still is happening through Telegram channels. And political figures like Svetlana Tikhanovskaya, although abroad, they are effective in reaching out to international organizations, speaking at forums like UN Security Council, and they do attract attention of international community to Belarus, and also addresses of political figures of the democratic opposition to Belarusians are perceived warmly domestically.
Why is Putin so clearly endorsing Lukashenko against the predictions of some Western experts?
Sadly, Russia's leadership sees the democratic change in Belarus as a threat of essentially losing Belarus. But in reality, the Belarusians now stand up for democracy inside their own country. And the protest is not about geopolitical choice. Social opinion polls show that Belarusians want to have equally good relations with East and West, and Belarusian economy is closely tied to Russian. So even the new democratic leadership won't make a change or a shift from Russia anytime soon.
What are the most important things the EU should do now?
Speak with one voice on sanctions and treat Lukashenko as a illegitimate political figure, support Belarusian democratic forces and civil society, and keep in mind that the change in Belarus is irreversible, but it may take some time, and therefore it is crucial to keep Belarus in focus, even if some other pressing international issues pop up.
I know these are dramatic times, but can you tell us your favorite joke about Alexander Sasha Lukashenko?
Many street protest posters are funny, and I like this one. Sasha, it's enough. You've been in power longer than I am alive.
Thank you so much, Kaciaryna. Żyje Belarus, and see you all again next week with another surprise guest.